Hi, I'm Aaron-Barber, and today I'm going to be cooking perfect Eggs Benedict, one of my personal favorites. So the classic Eggs Benedict consists of four main parts: an English muffin, Canadian bacon, perfectly poached egg, and flawless hollandaise sauce. Today I will be showing you how to make an excellent Eggs Benedict for any occasion. Two of the aforementioned parts, the English muffin and the Canadian bacon, require no preparation, rather just proper toasting and heating. So to begin the process of making the Eggs Benedict, we will first make the hollandaise sauce, as it takes the longest and is the most difficult to actually perfect. To start this, we must first make clarified butter to later drizzle into what becomes the final sauce. This will be done by placing a cup of butter, which I have right here, into a small saucepan and letting that melt. So right about here, I know the bubbling hasn't completely subsided, but we do have a very nice flat layer of the foam on top. So we're gonna go ahead and kill the heat on this, strain off as much of this foam layer as we can. And now that most of the foam is gone on that, I'm just going to hold it over and remove the excess milk solids that are down here, just our clarified butter. So next we're going to assemble our hollandaise sauce. So first we need to go ahead and put together a little double boiler, and that's just going to be a little saucepan here with just a little bit of water in the bottom of it at a low simmer. Right now, if you come over, we are at 168 or so was the highest that I saw there. So with that on a low simmer in a small glass bowl that fits perfectly on the inside there, we have 3 large eggs. Then we are going to go ahead and take our water. It's just 1.5 tablespoons of cold water on into that. And off the heat, now we're just going to whisk the egg yolk and water mixture until it becomes slightly aerated and lighter in color. So now I'm just going to do this for a little bit. As we can see, it became a little bit lighter in color, and there's definitely some air in there. So now we are going to go ahead and place the bowl over the simmering water to begin the cooking process. And we're going to whisk continuously on the heat for about 2 to 4 minutes or so, until it starts to thicken up. A couple minutes later now, and we can see that the egg mixture inside of the bowl is a lot lighter and a lot more thicker than it originally was. And this whole process is just whipping by hand in the bowl. If your egg mixture gets a little bit too warm, you could end up with scrambled eggs in your bowl. If that happens, you can simply just remove the bowl, cool it down a little bit, and then place it back once you're comfortable and it's worked in a little bit more. So right now, we are going to go ahead and add the clarified butter. I'm going to whisk very, very vigorously and very slowly add little by little. And this is going to emulsify the egg mixture. If you add it too hot of clarified butter or too fast into the egg mixture, you can very, very easily go ahead and mess it up and what's called break the egg mixture here. Now that we're done with the clarified butter and we're happy with that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and grab the fresh lemon juice and the salt. We can go ahead and slow down the whisking just a little bit. I know your arm might be tired, so now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice here. We're just gonna add this in and combine. All in. And now just a little pinch of salt, and we will salt to taste, so you can kind of taste it as you go to ensure that the flavor is right where you want it. Now all that's left to do is make sure that you like it, and I'm very happy with that. So now heat's off. Now we'll go on to preparing the poached eggs and the English muffin and Canadian bacon. So the Canadian bacon and English muffin are going ahead and toasting and browning up a little bit. So now all that's left is to poach the egg itself. So oftentimes in the water you will see people add vinegar or salt or something like that in order to help the outside of the egg stay together a little bit more. I find that this doesn't help at all unless you add enough that it affects the flavor of the egg. So I am going to opt for a small mesh strainer, and I am going ahead and cracking the egg into the mesh strainer. And this is just going to help get out some of the thin outer albumin from it. If we look right here, all of that is dripping down beneath the fine mesh strainer is that thin albumin, and that's what creates a really wispy, very bad textured egg in the final poached egg itself. So now I'll leave that there. And if we see our final water temperature is 183 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's pretty much perfect for what we're gonna do here. So no vortex or anything like that needed. I'm just going to take the egg once the majority of that thin albumin is out, and I'm just going to gently place it in the water, rolling it back and forth just a little bit until it firms up, and that just slight excess of egg white there is perfectly fine. And then we are going to roll it off in a final gentle roll, and we are going to take a slotted spoon and begin just moving it around a little bit, especially in the early stages of this egg cooking. We really want to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan at all. The eggs have been in there for like 3 to 4 minutes or so. So I'm going to go ahead and fish them out with my slotted spoon. As we can see, there's a nice soft middle yolk. And I'm just gonna place these on a little paper towel to help dry off some of that moisture and just make them a little bit more photo ready, getting rid of some of the excess wispy whites that were in the water with the eggs here. Now there's really nothing left to do but plate. So I'm going to take my my plate here, pardon me. I just had it sitting up there, and I have 2 English muffins right here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of the Canadian bacon, the poached eggs here, large spoonful of the hollandaise sauce, and just drape it over the poached egg. Green chive here. And I'm just going to garnish, sprinkling just a pinch. I'm going to take some smoked paprika here and just a little sprinkle across the top. And just like that, we have the Eggs Benedict. Bon appetit. Thank you very much. SLU Chem Lab Department.